The Manchester derby on Football Manager with City's already cracked team and their money would be brutal. So today's challenge, we have stipulations to make this an intriguing contest. Because my dad, who has taken over Manchester City, is not allowed to make any transfers, meaning he is only in control of the tactics and selections. Whereas Manchester United, I can only buy a player with money that I make from players that I sell in that transfer window. So strap in, because normal point system resumes for this 5-year rebuild, and it's an incredibly close Manchester derby, so make sure you stick around right to the end to be part of that Season 5 crew. Dad, today we're doing the Manchester derby. Last time we did this, we did a little bit of a twist, and this time is no different. However, the twist is different. Last time we did a director of football version, where the director of football was in charge of the Manchester City transfers. This time, there are no transfers.
Well, for me, definitely.
Yeah.
For you, a little bit different.
A little bit different for me. So, where you're not allowed to buy, you can sell players. It would just be stupid if you did.
I'm not going to sell anybody.
No, you cannot buy players for the foreseeable 5 seasons. And we're seeing this as the imagine if the 115 charges came into play and you had a 5-year transfer ban.
Right.
That's a sort of established rule that we're putting in here.
Right,
Whereas the Manchester United one, I'm only allowed to buy players with profit that I make from the players that I sell. So if I sell a player for £50 million, that is the maximum that I can spend that transfer window. So it doesn't matter how many players I sell or buy, it just has to accumulate the same amount of money or less.
Will be good.
Yeah, should be. So season number 1 then, no transfers at all for yourself. Looking at the tactic though.
Yes.
Ballsy, I like it.
Well, I looked at the Man City squad, and I just thought, well, we obviously know he's going to play up front, don't we? So what can I do to get the ball to him as quick as possible to do what he does? And I feel playing 4 behind him, 2 wingers, 2 attacking playmakers behind him, I couldn't ask for anything better than that. And when I look at the players that I've got the squad to do it as well. So the only thing I've got to worry about is defending, really. And I've got a few really good defenders. As long as Rodri stays fit, I think I'll be all right.
Yeah, you also got a cracking goalkeeper.
Yeah, that's right.
Some of the shot stopping that he is.
I'm fortunate we're there as well.
And he's out for 6 weeks.
And he'll be there for the 5 seasons as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm quite happy with that, really.
Okay, well, at the start of the season then, you're looking at it, and you're done quite well to begin with. 3 wins from 3. It's a win against Wolves, Spurs, and Brighton without conceding a goal. Not bad considering you look at the tactic. Not a lot of goals going in, though.
No, I'm a bit worried about that as well. But if I don't concede, I've got a point already, haven't I? Where I was a bit worried about defending, I don't seem to have to worry about it at the moment.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go up. That's a good start. I'm happy.
Now, the usual point system stays in there. So if you do happen to win the Champions League within this, you get 8 points. You're in the Champions League. I'm not even in Europe at all. So there is a bit of an advantage there in season number 1. You got the likes of Inter Milan, Atalanta, Real Madrid in the league phase. Both Madrids, in fact. Ending with Athletic Bilbao the game after the Manchester derby at Old Trafford and Ajax at home before you go to Spurs. So
I'm looking at it realistically. I think my squad is good to be better than yours easily for 3 seasons. So I'm looking at it thinking I've got to get the biggest point difference between us two in the 3 seasons, because I think you'll be catching me in the 4th and 5th season, I feel.
Well, you say that. Now, I've done quite a few different Manchester United saves already in FM26. I've done one where it was youth only. For example, we've obviously done the United versus Spurs one. There was no limitations. One thing that I have found is there is a certain amount of players that you can definitely sell and definitely get way more money than what they are worth. However, because I'm not allowed to spend the money that's already in the pot, for example, each season, that amount of players that is coming in is going to start limiting quite quick.
That's right, yeah.
So, I mean, season 1, I haven't bought or sold anybody. I've just left the team as it was, but I am locking a few players in. Now, we're going for a 4-2-3-1. I think want to get away from the 3 at the back. With wing-backs Amarim style quite quickly, to be fair. And not to say that it doesn't come back, because I have been really enjoying 3 at the back on Football Manager and it's been quite successful for me. But I want to give game time to these 4 guys here. Now, funny enough, So is Carrick. Although Seska's been coming off the bench, still scoring. I want to give game time to him. I think with a little bit of game time, he could become my number one striker where I don't have to worry about locking him in. Just needs to get that. Then we've got Kobbie Mainoo, who I think we've all seen a bit of rejuvenation of Kobbie Mainoo this season and what his strengths are in that defensive midfield position. So he's coming in as a DM. Patrick Dorgu on the left, because anything but Luke Shaw would be better at this point. And I like Patrick Dorgu before he was injured. It was such a shame. He was playing very well. And Lommans, who's been great.
We've just been talking about him, really, haven't we?
Yeah.
He is getting better and better, I feel, with every game that he plays for United.
This is underrated, how good he actually is. I think in the winter update, we could see Lommans with a bit of an upgrade.
I think you should definitely see it, really. He is a good keeper. I wish we had someone like that at Spurs.
Yeah, but you don't. He's in a United shirt. Get in. So those are the 4 players that I want us to play every single game, but without that, the unpicked positions that will go in there, it's hilarious that Mazraoui goes out. I think that's going to be more Casemiro. I think we can all safely say that's Casemiro, because I also don't think Mason Mount goes to the left every time we've been doing this so far. It's been in Burmo or it's been Cunha. Fernandez, of course, there. Somehow Dalot and Shaw get into the team. I mean, we've got De Ligt, we've got Yoro, we've got all those players in there getting in there. Guaya's done very well, though, recently. And, of course, Ahmad on that right-hand side. I've seen how good Ahmad can get. He's 23, though. I think people really keep thinking that he's 21.
Yeah,
he's a lot older than what people think.
I thought he was around 21.
Oh, I think he's been around for so long.
Yeah.
He just didn't play for a while.
That's right, yeah.
He had the season at Rangers, of course, and he went into the Championship as well with Sunderland. But yeah, I think we'll see what we can do season 1 without any transfers. I still think there's a lot of weaknesses at the defence where we will struggle. But at the start of the season, though, we've got some good results. Now, we've got one bad one. In fact, 2. We lost to Arsenal, which is kind of expected. Declan Rice getting a brace there. But a loss to Fulham is the bad one there, especially because we got ourselves back into the game. We even drew level a second time. Well, drew level from being 2-0 down. Actually, no, we were 3-0 down. Jesus. 3-0 down, put it back to 3-2, lost 4-2. But then we beat Leeds 5-0, which is quite good, and Burnley 5-0 at Old Trafford. So some big wins there. Maybe that's the momentum that we needed. And we've even got Burnley next at Old Trafford in the Carabao Cup, so good sign of things to come. But we've got each other in the away fixture coming up very soon. So Manchester derby with some transfer restrictions. Will it be Dad who picks this up with just the Manchester City team that he's got right now and any youngsters that do come through, or will I be able to sell my way to buy a better team with Manchester United? Let's find out. Well, season number 1, and Arsenal win the league on goal difference.
I wouldn't have thought that. Not on goal difference. Oh, no. I've slipped up by a point there, am I?
Wow. Both drew a game in your last 5, which is cost you there. You lost, or you lost points drawing to Brentford at home in the only goal that you conceded in May, which makes it way worse, of course. Whereas Arsenal drew against Burnley at home, so both games you should be winning there.
Yeah.
In the only game that they conceded outside of the Palace game at Selhurst Park. So both teams there dropping points towards the end, finishing with Arsenal lifting the title.
Got it.
Ooh, they were predicted, to be fair, to win the league at the start.
I don't care. I had to, this first season, I had to perform and get some points. Well, trophies, no points in the bag, and I've just slipped up there.
Yeah, I finished in 6th place, kind of where I expected Manchester United to finish, really quite a way off of Liverpool and a little bit above Chelsea. So yeah, not too bad for season number 1. I lost 9 games though. Didn't lose to Manchester City. Or draw. No. Oh, we beat you both times. Didn't even concede a goal against you. In fact, in every game that you lost outside of Spurs, you didn't score a goal.
You've cost me the league.
6 points there.
I accept losing to Arsenal. Fulham, don't know. Spurs finishing 3rd. You cost me the league. Beat me twice.
That's outrageous.
One draw against you would have won me the league.
Oh, absolutely love that. So I get 2 points. You get 1 for finishing above me. But yeah, I get 2 there. The most goals, no surprise, goes to Erling Haaland, who got 27 goals this season. So you can see there, he got the most goals. What about assists for this season, though? Florian Wirtz. Phil Foden in 5th. So only 11 though.
Yeah.
But you got Silva and Doku on 9 as well.
It's one either side, when it really.
Yeah, so. And Cherky on 8. So you've got quite a lot of players in there.
That's what I expected to see. I would have thought possibly Alan scored a couple of more goals than that, really.
Yeah, it's not a lot for him, is it?
No.
He's still 5 more than Isak.
Yeah.
But it's still not a lot
When he's
for
the
him.
out-and-out striker, you expect everything to go into him. I would have been comfortable that in the league, he'd have been in 30.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, Isak, I mean, his goals per minute, 109 minutes per goal. He's beaten that in real life.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay. Let's have a look then at the other competitions. Of course, you had the Carabao Cup, FA Cup and Champions League. I can see a Carabao Cup there.
Oh, yes.
But I can also see a runners-up
Oh, no.
in the Champions League. Real Madrid. Oh, that's gutting for your dad. A Tchouaméni 90th minute winner.
That's a lot of points I've chucked away there.
Yeah.
A lot of points.
That's Tchouaméni points that you've chucked away.
Thank
you. See you later on.
You're here all day.
It ain't going to get as good as that. Now, if that doesn't deserve a subscribe, I don't know what is. 'Cause that is off the cuff very quick. Too many points, too many points. Come on. So that's a runners-up. Unfortunately, missing out on 8 points there. We mentioned how big that result is.
Yeah.
Winning the Champions League, 8 points is huge. But the Carabao Cup, Huddersfield? That's League One, isn't it? League One. I mean, there's always been something that's been said about Manchester City getting the easy draws. Getting Huddersfield in the final.
I'm going to take that.
That's ridiculous,
Yeah.
isn't it? Did I reach the semi? No. They beat Forest in the semi-final. Oh, how are they beating Forest 4-0?
I don't know.
That's ridiculous. Quarter-final? No. Who did they beat in the... Everton 4-0. How good is this Huddersfield team? Beating Everton and Forest 4-0. Now, we're going to have to go through this.
I bet they didn't get promoted.
Yeah, but I bet they haven't. They beat Palace, another Premier League team, 3-2. They've been on a rampage. That's when I lost to Brighton on penalties. Third round is when I beat Burnley. Huddersfield. Where is Huddersfield? Because I want to see this. You beat Exeter 6-1, so that's good. They beat Bradford. Finally a team in their own league. 2-1. That's absolutely outrageous. If they beat somebody who was quite big, Barrow in League 2. So no. But that's... What a run they had.
Still beat 3 Premiership sides?
Yeah. 3 Premier League teams in a row.
No, they lost against me, didn't they? So yeah, that's good. God, you've got to see if they got promoted.
I don't think we can because I don't think the league's open. Luton Town was the winner there this season. Runners-up doesn't say yet. Cardiff, and third place was Blackpool. They might have come up in the playoffs. I don't know. But that's ridiculous. How have they managed to pull that off? In the FA Cup, though, which is the other competition that we haven't looked at, Arsenal were the winners of that. They beat Crystal Palace in the final of the FA Cup. The semi-final, Palace beat Millwall and... 2 championship teams again. So the Premier League has not been a great showing despite winning both. I lost to Millwall on penalties. That's outrageous. You lost to Arsenal.
Yeah.
They got the better of you this season.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
Squad-wise. Now, you can't improve this squad, of course.
No, I can't, no.
You're just going to have to manipulate it in different ways with the tactic. 38 goals from Erling Haaland.
I mean, that's good. This is where I expected it to be, but I expect to be more in the Premier League, really. But I can't knock it. I mean, when you're getting the other guys, Dooku 20 and Silver 20 as well, that's good coming from them as well. So, but I would have liked to have had a few more goals from Erling Haaland. Yeah,
Mamouche with the most assists by the looks of it with 18. Foden with 13.
I'm looking at Mamouche really. I'm thinking, can I get more out of Mamouche? Really, I do like him, but I've got. Do I stick him out wide? Do I go 2 up front to try and get more goals? It's a lesson that I've just learnt that I haven't scored enough goals this season. And it's cost me the league.
Yeah,
I'm looking at that now, thinking I could stick him up front.
Yeah.
Go 2 up front.
Another former Frankfurt player doing it very well indeed.
Yeah.
No point looking at your budgets. You can't touch it. Let's have a look, though, at Manchester United. So what can I do this season if I'm looking at players that we could potentially sell? Now, Benjamin Sesko got 24 goals, which is good. And it looks like the development is there for him. He's gone up to a 4-star. There's some obviously clear improvements there, which is good. And I think the goals tally back, 24 goals, 21 in the season in the Premier League alone. That's not too bad, to be honest. I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
Couldn't you got 15? Rashford, who will be coming back, potentially a player I could try and sell.
Yeah.
Unless they do activate a clause or whatever. 14 goals there. Højlund is already transferred. Bruno Fernandes, 14 and 11. Now, the only thing that we have to consider here is Dad set this one up, and before I was able to add myself as manager, Manchester United made the terrible decision, by the way, of signing Tosin Adebayo on a loan to buy for 30 million. I was thinking about this. Do I count that as mine or no? Because I didn't technically make it. What I'm going to do is count it as a write-off for the Rasmus Højlund transfer, because he is moving for roughly the same amount anyway, and that is not technically my player that I'm selling.
That's
it was
fair
already
share.
a deal
that's
done.
a fair share.
So that just wipes each other out.
I'll allow that one.
Okay, good. Because I make the rules anyway. So, so the rest of the team that I'm looking at, I mean, Xerxes didn't even have a start here, and he's wanted. That's already a deal that I could potentially sell, maybe get £30 million for him. There's a couple of players I don't really want to sell Martinez, but Real Madrid, if they come in for £60 million, I could be swayed. There's some good options in here. I definitely don't want to sell Bruno, but he's not. Wanted by Chelsea is Benjamin Sesko. 83 million. I'd have to find a good striker for that.
I think you've only got to be under 25 and Chelsea will try and buy him.
That's true. That is true. And they do like buying Manchester United's flops. We're looking at you, Alejandro Garnacho, who's been sitting on their bench for a while. Recruitment, though, £94 million. Can't touch it.
No, what a shame.
Yeah, but it's the wages that I'm kind of thinking, well, that doesn't matter too much. No matter how much I sell, as long as I get the good wages in.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's have a look at the points tally then at the end of season number 1. Season number 1, Omega Luke with 2 points and Dad with 4. Our Dad, no transfers in, no transfers out.
Nope.
However, a switch around in terms of the tactic.
Yeah, I did say I was thinking about doing it 2 up front. I'm going to stick him up front, see if I can get some more goals out of those 2. I think he's an ideal partner for Alan, so that's what I'm going to do. So I've took away Silver being in the middle, and I think he'll go out on the wing now. So I'm quite happy with that. But the other thing I've been looking at is the squad, and really, I mean, any youngsters they've got in the squad, they're in the first team already.
Yeah, they are.
So I'm looking at O'Reilly, really. I think he can be the one that I'm going to lock in and bring him through. He's a good player. He can also play in midfield and all that, so he's good. He's good going forward. So that's what I like about him. So I'm going to lock him in to make sure he plays game time now, and that's the only bit I'm going to really do. Really, I think I was locking in the other boy on the other side. Rico Lewis, but I think he would automatically get his spot there. But I just wanted to make sure that he did stay in that position, and he did play every game. Same as Rodri. I was a bit worried about Rodri sort of being pushed aside for Stones, and I don't want that to happen, so I'm going to put Rodri and lock him in as well.
I think you're right. I mean, O'Reilly is one of these players that we've seen in real life be very good as well. I'm very impressed with him. I'm excited to see what he can do for England in the World Cup. I think he should be definitely on the plane. But on this, fairly professional personality with a good potential.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the game time is really going to help him, to be honest. 6'4", he's a very physical player, isn't he? Great physical attributes and good on the ball too. So, yeah, I think that's a smart move, to be honest. If we did the best 11 pick, the unpicked positions, it does tell you that Silver goes in that midfield spot in behind. Foden goes to the left with Savinho on the right. But we have seen when you've been playing throughout the campaign so far, that has been changing with Cherky, of course, going out, because why would Erling Haaland not be in the starting 11? It makes no sense. But at the start of the season, Erling Haaland right now is injured, up for 5 weeks. So that might be the reason. Of course, Doku is also out for 4 weeks. So that's the reason why that is like that.
Yeah.
Even still, without those 2 guys in there, that team is quite strong.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, Cherky looks a very talented player.
Yeah.
Can play in a number of different positions. Still only 23 and can still grow as a player too. So I think you might be all right, really. Now, the start of the season, played some difficult games because I can see Spurs and Liverpool in there. You have beaten Arsenal on penalties in the Community Shield. But a draw at Anfield on the opening day. Erling Haaland getting himself a penalty there. A draw to Aston Villa, which has cost you.
I mean, Rodri scored both goals as well. What's going on?
Yeah, where's the strike force here? And an away draw there to Spurs, where, the Dominic Solanke scored in the 87th minute, quite a late one, and then beaten Leeds 3-0. They are getting a hammering in this video so far.
I'm very disappointed with that, to be honest with you. I think Villa, I should have... My strike force wasn't performing, so I feel I should have won that game, especially being at home as well. Spurs are always good against Man City usually, so I can't knock that really. So I'm a bit disappointed with my start really. Liverpool was it away? Yeah. You just got to take that result, I think.
Yeah, you got to take a draw.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Your Champions League fixtures: Juventus are in there, Stuttgart, Monaco, Copenhagen, Ferencváros, Feyenoord. Are you in Europa League or what's going on here? Real Madrid and Benfica at the end. Right, maybe a little bit more then.
I should be going through to the knockout stages straight away. Through the league.
100%. Let's have a look then at what transfers I may or may not have made in this transfer window for Manchester United. So, transfer history. On the outs, £128 million. That does include the Rasmus Højlund for £38 million. The Tosin of £30 million there. Xerxes is gone for £41 million. Jadon Sancho's gone. Can't believe I got rid of Jadon Sancho. Unbelievable stuff. £12 million for him. Ugarte has gone for £36 million. Now, a couple of these has extras on it as well. So, So, which is annoying because it doesn't show up on here, but there was one where it was like after a certain amount of appearances, they're giving me more money. So that there is that option as well. So we've got some other bits that might come into play. But the players on the in. This is funny. Now, my first one was Ruben Neves. On a free transfer, I mentioned possibly using the free transfer because I got wages anyway, so it hasn't cost me a penny. Good midfielder to bring in. Manchester United definitely need midfielders, I think, and he is a decent one to bring in that I would like to bring in real life too. But look who I brought back.
Well, you need someone to be scoring goals from midfield.
God.
And we know this guy can do it.
Hilariously, when he was in a Man United shirt, there was nothing I wanted more than to get rid of Scott McTominay. Now you see how well he is doing in Italy, and you think, "Oh my God, what a player!" But I always think he was always played as a 6. He's never a 6. He is the number 10. He's very good in that position, or as an attacking midfielder.
He's good at arriving late in the correct position to put the ball in the back of the net.
He was a striker in his heyday, apparently. But you can see why. I mean, the finish on this as well. Phenomenal player, by the way. Yeah. Absolutely unbelievable. And he was transfer listed for like £35 million, requesting to leave. So it made sense to bring him in. It really did. So Scott McTominay has come back. Orozco's not me. That's obviously the guy that they have already agreed to sign in real life. But I've also brought in one of Dad's favourites, Francesco Pio Esposito. Or so you say. Yeah. So Francesco has joined us. Fairly professional personality, already looks quite good as well. High potential, 6'2", bit of a beast up front as well. So we've got him and Benjamin Sesko, 2 strikers. What are you going to do about that, Luke? Well, I'm also going to up front. Now, hear me out. We've gone back to 3 at the back. But the only one we're locking in is Lamont in goal because Onana's come back and reckons he is better than him, and I'm laughing him out the building. But the best 11 pick, as you can see, does put Onana in. Sesko, Mateus Cunha up front. I think it's going to be Esposito by the end of the season because I think Cunha is going to be a bit more of a rotational option when you think Fernandes can play in 3 of these positions. Ahmad and Mbermo will fight it over on the right-hand side there. Ahmad gets the shot to begin with because I think he's more of a natural right midfielder than what Mbermo is, and to be honest, I think I'd rather him play there anyway. Dorgu, though, I want to keep as that wing-back row. I think defensively he's going to be better for us, but we've also got, of course, Martinez. We've got Yorrell. We've got De Ligt. So I'm interested to see how this does. A midfield playmaker of Mainu, an attacking midfielder of McTominay. We're going very attacking in this. But the as you can see, the out of possession drops more into sort of like a 5 at the back with 2 defensive midfielders. Fernandes jumps up front, but as a tracking forward, and he's quite good at that in real life. If you see Manchester United, whenever we lose the ball, you tend to see Fernandes run up front. And it's a very weird scenario, isn't it? You lose the ball and your player runs forward, but as a track-in forward, he chases the ball, and that's what I'm kind of hoping he would do here. Whereas the 2 strikers that we got will drop out wide to sort of cover that full-back, centre-back link that they've got there. So we'll see if it pays off. I mean, the start of the season, we've lost to Coventry, we've lost to Palace, and we've drew to Newcastle. So has it worked so far, Luke? Absolutely not. We lost to Palace 3-2, which was a bad result anyway. The draw to Newcastle, a bit unfortunate, but it is Newcastle. They got an okay team. But a loss to Coventry away from home, who's just been promoted, is a very bad result. Terrible. Never mind. Awful. We did knock out Swansea in the Cup, though, and Esposito has been scoring goals in that, so that's not too bad. Europa League, though. This is interesting. Eintracht Frankfurt. I think my run in the Europa League is harder than your Champions League run, because we've got Frankfurt and Freiburg, 2 decent German sides. I'll be honest, I don't know who that is. Punic, Armenia. So that's very rare that I don't know a team at all. I don't even know what country they're from. Then I've got Rennes and Sporting.
Good old Rennes. They come back to haunt you again.
Yeah. Sporting and Braga. It's been a while, actually, since Rennes has popped up in the video.
It has.
A lot of people have been mentioning that. Malmo and Lech Poznan to end off. I should still go through, but I do think mine are harder than yours.
I think they are. I've got those 2 hard games.
You got Real Madrid.
I've got Real Madrid. That's about it, really.
Yeah, but so, I think I've got more difficult ones. All right, then. Let's see. Season number 2. I think the Europa League is a bit of an advantage for me here because I do think if the tactic starts to pay off, we could be in for a good run in the Cups with a 3 at the back.
You've got to be one of the favourites, isn't it?
Yeah, with a 3 at the back. I think we're strong there. But yeah, let's see if we can see if Dad can shake off that bad luck that he had at the end of season 1. Right, well, in the Premier League, we both dropped off. I mean, I'm still in 6th, but I'm behind Brighton this time round. But you've dropped way off the league title.
13 points. That's bad.
Not good
bad.
enough.
No, definitely not. I thought, do you know, I honestly felt with playing the two up front, who are classed as really two good strikers, I'd be way better than I was last season. Made me think now whether I've done the right position there.
Yeah.
Really.
7 losses in total, none to Manchester United. We did draw there, which means in my 13, you beat me 6-2 away from home.
Scoring goals there.
Yeah, so at the Etihad, you beat me 6-2. I lost a lot of games, 13 losses, but I had 4 draws. So, yeah, not great in terms of results for either of us, really, in the Premier League. I think I think we both thought we would do a little bit better than that.
Yeah.
But in the cup competitions, though, Arsenal are your FA Cup winners. They have defeated Chelsea in the final. In the Carabao Cup, it goes to Liverpool, who defeated Manchester United in the final.
That's about the worst team for you to lose against.
Yeah,
isn't
it is. However, in the Champions League, it's another runners-up for Manchester City. Oh, Juve. How have Juve got to the final for one, but still.
Oh, I lost it again.
Jonathan David has scored a hat-trick. Now, I know a lot of people will be going, well, it just goes to show how unrealistic this game is.
Definitely, yeah.
I can
I've
never
lost
get him
so
firing
many-
in Football Manager.
I've lost
never get
so
this guy
many
firing.
points, am I?
But yeah.
Two Champions League finals, and I've lost both of them.
That's 16 points that you've chucked away there.
That'd be just game over for you, really, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Oh, actually, I know why Juve have won it. Unai Emery was the manager.
Yeah, true, yeah.
An unbelievable manager on this game. So, yeah, let's have a look at your Champions League run and see how it all went. So, the league phase, Arsenal topped that, but you were only just behind them. You lost to Real Madrid. You drew to Copenhagen.
The Real Madrid game was the game that we did say was the hardest game for me,
Yeah,
right? So
you beat Juve 5-0. That's hilarious.
that is awful, isn't it?
It might have been a different manager, to be fair. They finished all the way down in 18th in the league phase.
Unbelievable.
So the round of 16, you knocked out Fenerbahce. Quarter-final, knocking out Bayern Munich. 5-1 as well. Semi-final, Arsenal in an absolute barn burner.
It was 8-7.
8-7. Now that is unbelievable. Whereas the other one was 5-5
Yeah.
with a penalty shootout. So that was very interesting for the semi-final stage. Really good. Okay, so other competitions. Carabao Cup, Manchester United got to the final. Where did you finish, Dad? Oh, yes. Oh, you beat me in one leg, though. So you did beat me in one leg. I beat you in the second and knocked you out.
Yeah, we lost on penalties.
Yeah, so you get 1 point, I get 2 points for that. So I'm glad I've knocked you out. That's quite nice. And then in the FA Cup, where did we get to in the FA Cup? So semi-final stage, no. Quarter-final. I was eliminated in the quarter-finals by Arsenal on penalties. That's disappointing. In the 5th round, you were eliminated by Liverpool after extra time. Couple of bad rounds for us there.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. However, if you're looking at this, that's not all of the competitions we need to check, because Manchester United weren't in the Champions League.
Oh, yeah.
The Europa League. And we went and won it, beating Fiorentina 2-1 in the final. Get in. Bruno Fernandes with a Benjamin Sesko assist at the end. Love to see it. Mateus Cunha took the lead quite early on. Come on, love that. Right, let's have a look to see how I got there then. The league phase, finishing in 3rd place, losing to Eintracht Frankfurt.
Which is where you played the final.
Yeah.
Their ground.
Was it actually?
Yeah.
Oh, that's quite nice. The draw was to Sporting, which meant I beat the dirty, filthy rats of Rennes 3-1. Love that. Thank you very much. In the round of 16, we then knocked out Legia from Poland 8-1. The quarterfinal knocking out Chelsea 6-1. Very good stuff. Semi-final beating Frankfurt. Got my own back.
Shame. They got the semi-final. They played
yeah.
the final at their own ground and they lost against you.
Oh. They beat me in the first leg as
Yeah.
well, but I beat them 5-0 in the second. Yeah, Frankfurt Stadion. Oh, that is such a shame. Okay, well, I'm buzzing with that. That's 7 points.
That's bad news
no,
for me,
that's 6 points, sorry, that I get for that. 8 points Champions League, 6 points for the Europa League. One more than the Premier League itself. Solid stuff. Okay, squad-wise then, let's have a look at this Manchester United side. The 2 players that I made sure played as many games. Lenny Yoro, I locked him in. I think that was worth it. He's got a nice bit of development there. Should be playing a little bit more. Lomans hasn't exactly grown.
I can't believe that.
No. But then maybe they just never give him a high potential. That might be the trouble.
I mean, they don't really know what he's playing like at this present moment in real life, do
Yeah.
they? So, it's going to change, isn't it? I feel, really.
What is nice for this campaign, and when we've got Rashford, we didn't manage to sell him, is Bruno Fernandes was the 6th highest goal scorer. Now, he did get the most assists, but that's kind of what you want.
Yeah.
We've been relying too much on Bruno Fernandes in real life, so
Yeah.
to have 5 more goal scorers than him, Benjamin Sesko getting 37, Esposito coming in and getting 25,
No,
very
that
good
shit
stuff.
down, see.
So Rashford, McTominay, Cunha all getting around 20 as well. Bruno Fernandes doing quite nicely. Ahmad's a little bit lower, but of course we dropped him back.
Yeah.
He got 14 assists, as did Patrick Dorgu too, so not bad. Casemiro is going to be leaving on a free transfer, so that's one. That's going to be leaving. We barely played Ruben Neves, so we might have to get rid of him too. But there's a few players here who are on their last year of their contract, including Bruno Fernandes, Shaw, Mount, Onana, Harry Maguire, and Mazraoui. It's a lot of money there that will just go down the pan, and I cannot afford to lose all of that money.
No, that's right, yeah.
We have to bring in players for a replacement, and we have to spend money to do that. So yeah, I can't let that happen. Okay, Dad, the Manchester City squad, goals wise, 31 was Marmoush with 22 assists.
So he repaid me, but I'm looking at that thinking Erling Haaland, Marmoush has scored 60, played 62 appearances.
Yeah.
Haaland's only played 40.
Yeah. Oh, Marmoush has just broke his leg in the final. Fractured his lower leg. 3 to 5 months. He's out after getting 53 goal contributions.
So where are we now? We're in June.
Yeah.
It's not too bad.
He'll miss the first couple of months.
Yeah, he'll be back though. But Erling Haaland only scored
only playing 40 games, which does look a little bit suspicious. Let's have a look. Yeah, he's missed 52% of the games. He broke his toe twice. He moderately sprained his ankle as well.
He was sprinting versus Benfica and he broke his toe.
Yeah, how's that happened? And then he broke his other one by being tackled in the Brentford game. He also, obviously, that's the one that we seen at the start of the season for 6 weeks that he was out. So it was 6 weeks there, 7 weeks, 7 weeks. So yeah, you can understand why. But
I was looking at it just then and thinking, maybe I've done the wrong thing.
Yeah.
I put in 2 up front. Marmoush scored a lot of goals, which I was happy about. But now I'm looking at that and thinking, well, this guy's got injured and he still scored that amount of goals. I might just leave it, you know.
Well, he scored 27 in 40 appearances.
Yeah, and just hopefully he gets a full season. If he gets a full season, you could easily add 10, 13 goals to that.
Yeah.
And Marmoush comes back, firing. That could be a good season for me. So
potentially.
I'm quite tempted to leave it, to be honest with you. I wanted to play the 2 up front. I haven't had a good season, but they were injured. I want to leave it.
All right, well, let's have a look at the points then before we see season number 3. Season 2 points are Mega Luke with 8 and Dad with 3, meaning the total points going into season 3 is Luke with 10, Dad with 7. Well, Dad, you stuck to your word. You have kept the same tactic. There are still obviously injuries in the team, including Marmoush and Erling Haaland, who's injured again.
Oh, I'm a bit worried about it now. See, I just don't know whether the 2, even if I change it to 1 up front, both of them are injured, so it doesn't make any difference really. So I've just got to see it out and just cross fingers that they both come together quickly and we get going very quickly. But I'm a bit worried about it really. Sort of. I aimed an amber about putting Silva in the middle as well and locking him in there. I just thought I'll leave it as it is. I think let it play out itself really.
Yeah.
I can see O'Reilly and Lewis are automatic positions
they're
now.
going in.
They're good, so that's good enough. I'm happy with that. The rest of the defense, I think they can fight it out between themselves. There's 3 or 4 of them. You could easily say can play in those positions. It's just that the front 2, I'm really worried about it because I had a look in the rest of the team. There's not really any other strikers there that I can sort of think, right, maybe go 1 up front and he'll go in.
Doku plays up front.
He does, but he's not a finisher,
exactly a
is
finisher.
You give that boy the ball on the wing, don't you, and let him go, don't you?
Yeah.
I mean, he's like pinging. I don't know. He's so bloody quick, and he's like, he just takes people on for fun, really, doesn't he?
Scary to play against.
Yeah, he must be. Yeah, I'd be dizzy. You turning left, right.
Yeah.
And before you know it, he's gone, and
Yeah. And obviously you got Cherky Foden. You can also kind of do a job up there.
Cherky's the one really. I was thinking I might put him out on the right wing and let him do the business out on the right wing and then let Silver. But I think I'll let them fight it out between themselves, really.
All right. Well, start of the season hasn't been great for you either.
No, it hasn't. You can tell I haven't got a striker.
I've got 1 win already.
Yes, you beat me.
At the Etihad.
3-0. Oh, no.
Losing to Palace 2-0. Losing to Liverpool 2-1. Losing to United 3-0. Only getting a draw in the 90th minute with Newcastle. And then beating... We know the best team in League One, Huddersfield. Are they still there? They're still in League One. 5-1 in the competition that they are very good at knocking.
I'll tell you what,
out
I'm pleased at getting through that, right? Yeah, I'm really pleased. I've just got to hope really that my players come back fit in time to sort of that I haven't lost too much ground on the league and being. I mean, obviously, I'm still in the Carabao Cup, which I'm pleased about. I think I've been lucky that I've drawn against someone like Huddersfield. No disrespect to them, but I'm looking at my next games. And it's the Champions League, I could be too far in the Champions League before I even know it, before my boys get going, really.
Yeah, Bayern Munich and Benfica's first 2, Levski Sofia, then it's Rangers and Barcelona. Sporting, and to end it with Legia and Olympiacos. It's not too bad. It ends quite nicely. You should easily finish at least in the playoffs.
I think I'll be in the just. I reckon. But I just hope I don't chuck away the league too early.
No. Okay, transfers then this season. I did sell a few players, £75 million. Somehow I conned Al Ali into give me £48 million for Diogo Dalot. No idea how. Although I get it, he's been better when he's been playing right back. But it's still Diogo Dalot in my eyes. Ruben Neves. Bought him on a free, sold him for £21 million. He barely played last year. And Orozco's gone for £4.3 million. Mantato. Now, I did sign a couple of players. Annoyingly, they're on the other page because there's also players who have also been sold too. So let's work this out because Tosin is gone for £22 million. And Mesraoui is gone for £25 million. That's another £50 million on top of that. So the players that I brought in, Zabani was £63 million. Of course, very good player from PSG. I thought was a good player to bring in that could potentially sort of help me out with my three at the back situation that we had going on. Then we've got Trubin because clearly goalkeeper Lomans wasn't exactly developing well.
No.
And I like Trubin, 6'6", good goalkeeper. Then we finally got Lewis Ferguson. Of course, the Ferguson name and a Manchester United shirt. Lovely stuff. It goes well together. Surely Lewis Ferguson can be good for us. We've got a bit of a Scottish midfield going on now with McTominay and Ferguson too. But yeah, we have changed it around to this weird concoction because we've also gone two up front. And if we're looking at it, the best pick 11. This is the best pick 11. So our wingers drop into wing backs, which I'm quite comfortable with. Mateus Cunha not so much. But our midfield of Bruno Fernandes and McTominay, Mainoo's in there as well. Ferguson can come off the bench. We've also got Mount, of course. And at the back, Yoro, Martinez, Zabani. We've obviously got Delict as well. So I feel bad for Dorgu because Dorgu had a good season last year. But I needed to find a way of getting both Esposito and Sesko in there. And this is what I've come up with. So we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah.
Start of the season, we know it started very well. We beat Manchester City 3-0. To be honest, it started incredibly well. We beat the Champions League winners who beat Dad in the final 3-2. Lovely stuff. We then beat Burnley 3-1. Bit annoyed that we actually conceded, to be honest. Beat Manchester City 3-0 and Sunderland 3-0. We scored 3 in every game so far.
Yeah, you failed to mention that you drew against Bristol City, though.
I did, yeah. I mean, other than that,
I didn't miss it.
I thought that was a friendly.
Well,
because it came after the Super Cup, it came before the Super Cup. I just didn't see it.
I looked at it and I thought, Premier League, Bristol City? So I had to have a second look at it. And I thought, hang on a minute, he just whipped over that one.
Yeah, I seen Super Cup and just imagined it was the first game of the season. Apologies. But yeah, we did draw a game against Bristol City away from home. Well, they scored quite late. So I'll let my lads off. But the rest of the games have been very good. We got Leeds in the Carabao Cup. Always a tough game against Leeds. They are in the Championship still with Daniel Farke, though. So could still be quite difficult to play against. We are reunited with Eintracht Frankfurt in the Champions League phase. Alongside Galatasaray, Inter Milan, Sevilla, Sporting again as well. Borussia Dortmund. Ending with Leipzig and Salzburg. So the two Red Bulls at the end there.
Not too bad.
No, all of the sort of teams that you would expect to see do well in the Europa League.
Yeah.
Those sort of like mid-teams in the Champions League. Okay, season number 3. I took the lead in terms of points, which I didn't expect to do this early on, but Dad sort of chucked it away with
2
runners-up and 2 Champions League finals in the league. All right, let's see what happens. Season number 3. Well, this league campaign, Manchester United are above City as well.
Yeah.
83 points. I finished 5 points behind Arsenal, who kind of won the league quite easily, really. You had the least amount of losses.
I drew too many games.
But you drew too many.
Yeah.
We know about the first loss, but there's also a second loss in there for Manchester United. So 3 points I get just from this league campaign alone, finishing above you and beating you twice.
I'd like to say the beginning of the season cost me, but drawing too many games cost me the league, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and losing against you twice. Bit disappointed with that.
Erling Haaland scored 28. He was the Golden Boot winner, so you
Yeah.
do get some gravitas that Erling Haaland is still doing well in your formation. FA Cup winners though, Dad. 3-5 against Blackburn Rovers.
Yes.
Once again, getting a championship club or lower in the final.
That just goes to show that you've got to get to the final and do the business, though, and I did twice.
You also won the Carabao Cup.
Yes.
You beat Spurs. I mean, talk about the easiest games to play
Come on.
in finals. Huddersfield, Spurs, Blackburn, all terrible clubs.
I can't argue at the moment, to be honest.
Exactly. 5-2 against Spurs
Yeah.
there. I mean, Erling Haaland had a great time at Wembley. 4 goals.
I'm just glad, really. I stayed in the cups long enough to carry it on, really, and I did. So I won both cups, so I'm pleased with that.
Champions League, though, round of 16 by Juventus.
They
They
knocked me
are
out again.
a bogey team for you.
You always get one in quarter-final.
Yeah.
Oh, so close.
It was an El Clasico final, though.
Yeah.
4-1. So, round of 16 was where you were eliminated, was where I was beating Lille. So, I did manage to get through. Knockout playoff round, we're in the top 4. Spurs were up there, too.
Shit.
I drew to Inter and Dortmund. I won 6, so that's quite nice. You lost to Bayern Munich away. Drew to Barcelona 4-4. That was a cracking game. And then won the other 6. So, neither of us played in the round of 16, in the knockout playoff round. We played in the round of 16, which is where you were eliminated. Quarterfinal, wow. I beat Inter Milan 8-7. Which meant I got to the semi. Oh, I lost to Real Madrid 5-3. That's a shame. I'd have fancied my chances in the final against Barcelona.
Yeah.
Never mind. That would have been funny if I went on and won it. After you had 2 runners-up.
Yeah.
Going on and win it in the season 3 would have been hilarious. But never mind. Okay. What about the other cup competitions then? Did you knock me out of any of them? Well, let's find out. I wasn't even in the 4th round. 3rd round. Got beat by Leeds, so yeah, I didn't get very far in that. In the FA Cup, however, which you obviously, of course, you went on and won and beat Blackburn in the final. 5th round? No, I wasn't even in that one. 4th round, please?
Nope.
I was even in the 4th round of the FA Cup. The 3rd round, Newcastle. Jesus Christ, we had a bad season. Okay, I mean, I say bad season. 2nd and semi-final in the Champions League. Not too bad, actually, but there we go. Squad-wise then, Dad. After getting quite a lot of points, I mean, 6 domestic points there. 49 goals for 45 games for Erling Haaland.
Yes, that's more like the Erling Haaland that I expected to be in my team. I'm really pleased with that, yeah. I mean, Mamouche
dropped off, but he has only played 23.
Yeah, so he had a bit of an injury again. I just need both of them to be getting through a season without getting injured, and I could take this league apart.
Classic Spurs fan using injuries as the excuse.
I can't argue with that one either. But yeah, Erling Haaland, I'm hoping now that's set him up now for a couple of good seasons I need left, really. So 49 goals and 45 appearances, like exactly where we expect him to be, really, isn't it? That's the dangerous that you can be.
Foden got 26 assists, which is quite good. Bernardo Silva, Doku getting quite high assists, Cherky too. Even Erling Haaland got 14.
Yeah.
And O'Reilly got 10 as well. So, I mean, O'Reilly locking him in was a good decision a couple of seasons ago. He's really developed into a quality player, all-rounder.
He's claimed that position for himself now for the rest of the campaign, really.
Yeah. Oscar Bob's doing quite well too. He's been getting some game time by the looks of it. So it's good to see him in there.
There's no one that sort of jumps out, though, that I can sort of like bring into the team at the moment. So I think I'm just relying on the team that I've got.
Yeah. I mean, Kusanov's played quite a lot of games. He's one that can develop really well.
He can, but it's that position that I'd have to lock him in, sort of the centre back or a defensive midfielder. Who do I drop out to lock him in? That's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Let's have a look then at my Manchester United side. Where's the value going to be this summer? Is the big question. We've got 22 goals by Benjamin Sesko, 19 and 12 from Bruno Fernandes, only 17 from Esposito. So we are seeing a bit of a drop off here. Marcus Rashford with 21 assists, Ahmad with 16 was quite high. That's kind of disappointing. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of wanteds.
It's funny, isn't it? It's disappointing, but yet you finished 2nd in the league.
I know, yeah, and semi-final of the Champions League.
And I'm happy with my stroke 4th enough.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, they're giving me money, obviously, but just not being able to spend it until I sell one of those. All right, let's have a look at the points then at the end of Season 3. Season 3 points are Omega Luke with 3 and Dad with 6. Being in the total points, it's even. It's Omega Luke with 13 and Dad with 13. Okay, Dad, season number 4. We're at even Stevens.
Yes, we are,
It's getting tight now going into Season 4.
And I'm going to tinker.
Yeah, you've gone back to sort of Season 1, but
I've
different.
sat back too long, and I'm going to start tinkering again. I'm going to go for Mamouche out on the wing, Foden in the middle with Jackie, really, and just see what goes on. Savino, he'll fight it out with Silva.
He's a good player.
Yeah, they're both good, really. The defence keeps itself, really, so I'm just going to go back to that first season where I nearly won everything.
Yeah.
And see what I can do, see if I can go for it again.
Okay.
And Erling Haaland's firing again, so just give him the ammunition and see what he can do for me.
Yeah, he started the season very well. He's got an 8.4 average rating. A win against Arsenal in the Community Shield. He scored 2 in that one. A draw to Arsenal at the Emirates. He didn't score in that one. Or in the game against Ipswich, but it was a win nonetheless. Against Brentford, though, he did come back with another 4-0 against them. And Nottingham Forest, he got a brace against them in the Carabao Cup.
I like the look of this. I'm scoring goals, but I'm not conceding very many. So the defence will do it itself. But I'm scoring goals, and that's what I want to see.
Champions League fixtures, Salzburg, Atletico Madrid are in there. PSG, first time they've crept up this video. Fenerbahce and Real Madrid back-to-back. Bodo Glimt, Club Brugge.
Bodo Glimt's the only team I'm really worried about, to be honest with you.
I would be too if I were you. It's at home, though. You might be
I'll be right. Yeah,
but even still.
Yeah, they went to Inter and done the job, didn't they?
They did.
So congratulations to them and well done.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure watching them take on the Italians and win.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel confident going through there.
All right. Well, let's see. Transfers that I have made. We've got one coming in because I couldn't get rid of hardly anybody here. And the difficult situation was I had 4 players lined up to leave, and I was happy with the money that I was getting in. And then a transfer takeover happened and cancelled all of them.
Oh, what a shame.
So annoyed.
What a shame.
So the only player I did actually manage to sell was Lisandro Martinez for £34 million to Real Madrid. But I had 4 players in total, all lined up to leave.
What, for
Just
big
couldn't
money?
believe it. It was like another at least £25 million because I've got 2 players on my short list, as you can see here. There's quite a few actually in the end, but there was 2 players, Kislyak and Livramento, who I'd lined up. Depending on how much money I got, I was going to go for. If I got to 60, it was going to be Kislyak. DM, because I thought he looked quite a good player, to be fair, from Aston Villa on a release clause. If I got further, it was going to be Livramento. If I got close to 80 million, it was going to be Livramento, and I couldn't in the end. And then, I couldn't even get Archie Gray.
Archie Gray would have been your better.
Well, the reason why I wanted to get Archie Gray is because he does so many different positions, and he is very good. But the player I got in the end, I'm still happy with for the money that I paid in Eric Garcia. £31 million. So, again, it's less than what I had. The positions.
Yeah.
Centre-back, centre defensive midfielder, right-back, all natural. So, in terms of, he's not a great player, but he's just a person who can fit into loads of different holes. And that's the objective I went for.
We've got a good squad player.
He is.
I like
he is a good squad player.
You lot don't, but I do.
He is also a former Manchester City player.
He is, yeah.
So there we go. He went back. Bought from bought from Barcelona to Manchester City, then went back to them on a free transfer anyway. So we've got Eric Garcia in, but I can't believe that bloody takeover. That literally a week later fell through. Didn't even happen. Didn't even get the opportunity to buy all the players I went. So I've gone for a 4-3-3. Now a 4-3-3 with a 4-3-3 out of possession, but with deeper midfield roles. The best 11's weird because if you do it, sometimes Kobe Mainu goes in at right back. Now I have done this best 11 pick a few times because we don't have an out-and-out right back.
Yeah.
Because we got rid of Dalot and Mazraoui. Oh, also, what was quite funny was I did see it. Andre Onana went to Rennes on a free transfer.
You stitched them right up.
Yeah, he's done that out of spite. 100% he's gone there out of spite. He deserves to be just a backup.
I'll tell you what, I'd love to see him win the Champions League.
God, that would be end of video. But anyway, yeah, back to the side. I do think there's still a lot of weaknesses. Trubin obviously is not rated as highly as what other goalkeepers are. We don't have the best fullbacks. Dorgu's okay. He's not like world class at left wing back. And De Ligt at right back is obviously not ideal, but we don't have a lot of options now. And it has meant going one up front, as Esposito is a little bit unhappy that, well, I think he was going to be unhappy. He's not going to start as many games. But we don't have the funds to bring in other players. And the tactic that we played last season, I couldn't trust that.
No.
Gone back to 4-3-3. Let's see how it plays out. First start of the season, though, 3 wins from 3. This time round, I'm getting it right. The friendly there is a 1-0 against Monaco. Then it's the Spurs 6-1.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Yeah.
The 2 London sides took a right hammering off you there, didn't they?
Oh, yeah. 6-1 against Spurs. Some great results there. 5-1 against Fulham. 4-1 against Bournemouth. So it's going to be 3-1 against Brighton. 2-1 against Brentford. And I'll draw 1-1 against Newcastle. Who's going to beat me 1-0? Liverpool away. Of course they will.
You got to take your hat off to Northampton, really, because they made a close game.
Only 2-0. Yeah. Fair play to them. Benjamin Sesko and Burma. I played a good team. But yeah, I mean, quite a funny little pattern going on there. Real Madrid and Juve in the first couple of games is not great.
No.
Then it's Monaco, which is never easy, I'll be honest. We've got Sporting and Inter. Frankfurt away. I mean, we're good in that stadium, but still. Slovan, Bratislava, and Copenhagen at the end.
Well, you got an easiest finish, which could help you really to
salvage
qualify.
whatever we've got.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Because it looks like we could be in trouble all the way up to that.
Yeah.
But there we go. It's 13 all in terms of points. Who takes the advantage in season number 4? Now, it's quite embarrassing because it's 4 seasons and we still haven't won the league.
I mean, I should have done it the first season, but at least I've moved up position. You went backwards, so I'm happy with that.
You are still 7 points away from Arsenal.
I know.
And Erling Haaland scored 36 goals this season.
Yeah.
Like, that's a ridiculous amount of goals to score without coming close to winning the league.
Well, the ammunition I put behind him that's going to be putting him through, but it just had to happen, really. But I expected it to give me the league, though.
Yeah. The biggest surprise here is Esposito seems to have played more than Sesko.
I was just thinking that. When I seen his name there, I thought, hello.
Interesting.
And Bruno's there as well.
Yeah, Bruno's got 17. I mean, he takes quite a lot of set pieces. Ahmad from the right, getting involved a little bit more, so he's also up there. But yeah, I thought that was quite interesting. But there we go. I mean, weirdly, a bad season for both of us, finishing second and third.
Yeah.
Unless there, of course, is other trophies. Now, results between each other. We both drew 5 games. You won 1 game more. You did lose to Manchester United, though. So there's 1, and we drew the other 0-0. Oh, so I do gain a point back, which means it's a point each in terms of that. You finish higher, but I beat you. So
I think over the seasons you've been doing better than me.
Yeah, at the minute, it goes down to cup competitions. Manchester City, then, FA Cup winners. And I'm not being funny.
Here we go again. Look, you got to beat the team that's put in front of you. If they've done that well, to get there, I've still got to beat them, haven't I?
This is getting out of hand.
I'm just glad it wasn't on a Tuesday night in Stoke that I played against.
No, it was a lovely Saturday at Wembley.
Yeah.
You beat Wrexham as well in the semi-final. I mean, this is just absolute. Southampton, I mean, they're terrible even in the Premier League. Who did you face in the 5th round? Aldershot, Everton. I mean, come on. 4th round, Brentford. They're all right, I suppose. But I'm not seeing myself. 3rd round by Charlton.
I'll say no more.
They give us a Premier League side. We might have gone through.
Championship sides are hard to beat. Go back to I think it was the semi-final. No, quarter-final then. Go to the quarter.
The semi-final, by the way, you're the only Premier League side.
That's if you go to the quarter-final and see how many... Now look at all the teams in that lot.
Yeah, there's 3 Premier League sides left.
But look at there's no big teams in there except for Man City, really.
No, it was literally yours to lose.
Yeah, so
that's a joke.
Get it.
The Carabao Cup, though, was won by Manchester United in a tough, really tense tie against Newcastle. Beat them in extra time with 9 men.
How'd you manage that?
Scored a goal with 9 men. And it was both my fullbacks that were sent off. Delict and Dorgu both sent off. Still won it. That's hilarious, by the way. That's so funny. But there we go. So 3 points each for winning a cup, domestic cup. Now, you didn't knock me out of the FA Cup. Please say I knocked you out of this one. Palace, I beat in the semi-final. Quarter-final. You lost to Brighton. So I didn't knock you out in that one either. The Champions League, though. Semi-final appearance for yourself, which is PSG versus Real Madrid. So let's have a look at it then. The league phase. We are both finishing in the top 8 again. You lost 1 game, which was to PSG. 7 wins in total. Beating Real Madrid 4-3 was a nice little win there. Even beat Bodo Glimt 6-0.
That is top
yeah,
result.
Yeah, you deserve some points.
Hard game that was, yeah.
I won 5 games. Beat Juve, Monaco, Inter, Bratislava 8-2. Drew 2. Surprise, these teams that I seem to play every season. And I lost to Real Madrid 4-1 at the Bernabeu. So, we both went into the round of 16. I then knocked out Juve. You knocked out Salzburg.
You've done a big job for me knocking Juve. That's
that's your bogey.
I should have went on and won now.
Then I got eliminated by Arsenal, who beat me 5-4 on aggregate, which is a disappointing result there. Whereas you knocked out Liverpool before going to the semi-final and losing 4-3 against PSG.
Disappointed with that.
So that's 3 times you come close in the Champions League. Semi-final or worse or further. And still no points for it. Okay, now... 64 goals is a bit of a joke in just 54 starts with 14 assists.
That's what happens when you
only win 1 trophy.
Yeah, I'm sorry, mate. I really, really am sorry, but the rest of the team just not helping you out there, really.
Not at all. No. Ryan Cherky 21 and 20.
I'm pleased with that for him. Yeah.
Doku 19 and 21, very similar, of course. Savinho 18 and 17 for Foden, and Nico O'Reilly got 16 assists.
Yeah,
so he's chipping in still from.
I think really, I'm pleased with that. I could have just done with a little bit more luck, I imagine, really. I mean, what more can I ask from my strike force? One player, I stick one up front and he scored 64 goals for me. I've done really well, I feel. Just a little bit of bad luck on the way, I feel.
Yeah, not the best. Let's have a look then at my Manchester United team, because I'm struggling now to think of players I can actually sell. This is the trouble with this. 26 goals for Esposito, 22 for Bruno Fernandes. Sesko only started 10 games, 31 appearances off the bench. I can't believe he's not kicking off about it either.
He probably is, but Frank's doing the business for you, isn't he? You know, he's the one who's getting it up front for you.
I was just thinking, who the fuck is Frank?
I've decided I'm going to call him Frank.
Frank Evans. Frank Peter Evans. Yeah. So he is doing the business. You're right. Bruno Fernandes still at age 34. However, he's all right. 1 year left. I did see he was running out of contract last year. He's extended a deal, which is good. Mason Mount hasn't, though, so I will be losing Mason Mount. Oh no! What would I do without Mason Mount, who's never available anyway? He did play quite a lot of games, to be fair to him in this, but still. Ahmad's doing quite well from the right. I mean, the development seems to be quite good as well. He's kind of an elite style player now. Cunha got 14 assists as well. Still playing 28 games. I cannot bin off Marcus Rashford. I love no money, even though I've tried. Spurs even want him. I mean, come on, Marcus. Let's call a spade a spade. It's time for you to leave. In Burmo, maybe another year left on his deal. Can I cash out on him? We'll have to see, because I don't know where I'm going to bring in money in for us to replace any players. Eric Garcia was a good signing. I mean, he played 45 games. So, yeah, that's not too bad. Not too bad. I need to decide what tactic I'm going to run with first, I think, before I bring anybody in, because players are quite scarce at the minute. So, all right. Let's have a look at the points then, going into the final season. Season 4 points are Luke with 4, Dad with 4, meaning we are level again going into the final season at Luke 17, Dad 17. Going into the final season then, 17 points each.
You knew it was going to be close, but I didn't think it would be this close.
No, it doesn't get any closer. Going into the final season being on the same points, but you have done some tinkering yet again.
Yes. Well, I've looked at it and I thought, do you know what? I feel defensively I might be lacking just a little bit, and it might be causing me results. So I know I'm good going forward. So with attacking, I'm still going to play the attacking sort of formation being really good. But I just thought I was going to drop one player back into sort of like defensive midfield role, giving Rodri a bit of a hand. I know Foden's not much of a defender, but having the second player in there it might just help him really. So yeah. I'm playing a little bit more defensive, but still attacking quite good. Yeah, and I want to lock Shirky in out on the wing just to allow that centre attacking midfielder to sort of like, could be Silva, but it could be Savinho as well. So yeah, so that's what I want to do. This little bit of a tinker, but defence I still feel is good enough. I haven't had a touch of the defence really, but just a little bit of a hand from Foden.
All right, okay. So start of the season, we have played each other. You've beaten me 3-2. So you've got a point already. So you have gone a point ahead. Doku with 2 late goals to take you above me in the league, in the points and in the league, to be fair, because you've also got maximum points, which I haven't. So you've also beaten Liverpool at Anfield, another tricky game. Yeah, they've also got Harry Kane.
Yes.
Which is quite interesting. And Wolves 5-1 at the start of the season, as well as being Arsenal in that Community Shield. Now your Champions League fixtures, you got Bayern Munich, you got Juventus, Dinamo Kiev, Club Brugge, Inter. This is the difficult one for you as well. Frankfurt, Ajax and Rangers to end up. Now, transfer-wise for me, it was not a good window. I couldn't get rid of anybody. In fact, the only player I managed to sell was Lomans for £8.5 million. That was never going to bring me in any players. However, I did bring in former Manchester City goalkeeper Ederson. So Ederson has joined me for a free transfer. So probably when one of his last seasons of his career, 36 years of age, can still be a quality goalkeeper and still better than Trubin, which was kind of scary. We've also got Mats Weifer. So we needed that right back from last season. He can also play defensive midfielder. Because I had no money, I couldn't bring in a right back. So that would have been the position I would have gone for. Tactically, we have gone a little bit weird because I kind of like this. I wanted to go 2 up front. The reason why I wanted to go 2 up front is Chido Obi, he's first team ready. He's first team ready. He's fantastic. So I needed to get a 2-striker formation so that we've got Sesko, Esposito and Chido Obi who can all play. Of course, we still got Rashford, who I could not get rid of for the life of me. We had bids come in for Mbermo, bids come in for Rashford, would not leave. Mateus Cunha had bids for him. was nowhere near the value that I wanted. Getting bids for like £17 million. Now, they got him rated at £74 million. He's not worth that because he's 30 years of age, but I was hoping for about £40 million for Cunha.
Yeah.
Couldn't get it. So never mind. Now, we've gone for a wing back with Dorgu. My only trouble is Dorgu is kind of the only player there as well. We're looking at players in that position. If I get rid of everybody here, we can have a look. I think we are sort of lacking players in certain positions. Dorgu is one of them. He is our only left wing back, which doesn't really help. And obviously right back, we've got a couple of players who can play there. De Ligt can do quite well as that inside fullback role, which is what we've actually got it. So it tends to turn into a 3 at the back anyway. And we've got Eric Garcia and Viper, who we bought already for it, but we don't have an out-and-out right back. Could really have done with keeping with Delo. But it's our midfield that I think we're strongest. If we're looking at our best 11, we've still got McTominay, Fernandes, Eric Garcia. We've still got, of course, Lewis Ferguson and Kobbie Mainoo. So outside of the Manchester City game, the Manchester derby that we have a great start because we beat West Ham 4-1 and we beat Nottingham Forest 3-0. So, and Esposito got a hat-trick in that game and he got one as in the first game as well. So he's on fire. Just couldn't get the important ones against Manchester City. He did score in it, but yeah, never mind. I've also got Bayern Munich and Frankfurt. But we started off with Sporting in the Champions League. We've got Napoli and Juve, another one of your teams. Yeah. And Barca. This is ridiculously difficult.
Yes.
Copenhagen and AEK is the final 2 games. Those are sort of the only 2 winnable ones. The rest of them are quite complicated, really. Sporting maybe, but yeah, I think we should still go through.
You've got to win your own games, haven't you?
Yeah, absolutely. All right, final season then with the points this close. Let's see what happens. And if you're part of the Season 5 crew, let us know down in the comments. Let's find out. Our final season, and one of us has finally won the league.
Yes.
And it's you, Dad.
By a long way as well.
About time.
Yeah.
To be honest. Yeah, first and second.
Worked out for me.
Yeah, eventually. Yeah, 5 seasons later. Well done. Now, 5 seasons later, we've managed to finally win the league. Arsenal, who are troubling us quite a lot because they've won, I think, like 3 of these.
Yeah.
They're down in 8th.
They lost 13 games.
Yeah, they dropped off massively.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they really struggled. Yeah, West Ham up in 5th. Oh. But, I mean, 6 games that you lost, Dad. Didn't lose to Manchester City. There's only 2 draws, which means you beat me twice as well. Yes. Oh, dear. So, happy days. That's... What, 6 points for winning the... No, 5 points to winning the league. 7 points in total because you beat me in both games. Your goal difference was massive.
Yeah.
I can see down here, Erling Haaland scored 40 league goals just in the league.
Got the ammunition from... Just put it in the frame and he'll do the damage for me.
Yeah, that is crazy, isn't it? Ansa is behind him, Ilias Ansa, who we used once in one of the race to the Bundesliga. Sesko, Pio Esposito, Bruno Fernandes, Savinho is also in this list as well. Tomine, Ahmad, Foden. Can't see Chido Obi. That's a shame. He might be down there. Maybe not. Unless I've gone past him because there's quite a few names in there. But no, doesn't look like it. Okay, well, 40 goals. But is there any other trophies? Can I pinch this on domestic and Champions League trophies? Because you've just gone up by 8 points now.
Yeah.
So, FA Cup. West Ham was the winners against Stoke City. That's a bad one for us. Carabao Cup. You beat me in the final, which is, of course, another 4 points. So, yeah, you're gonna be ahead of me here by quite a lot, I think. Unfortunately, I'm still yet to score any points. FA Cup. Let's find out where we actually were in the FA Cup, because final by Stoke in the Championship seems to be an ongoing theme with this video. You lost to West Ham, who we just praised for finishing quite high in the league. I wasn't even in the quarterfinal. I tell you what, this competition's been awful for me, isn't it? Palace in extra time, who I did see were relegated from the Premier League. Yeah, so they were technically now our Championship club. Yeah. Never mind. We haven't done very well in these competitions. Champions League, the final is still to be played between Roma and Spurs, so we're not in that either. The league phase, let's have a look. You topped that one, Dad. Drew 1 game against Inter Milan. You won 7 of them, so that was very good. I lost 2 games against Bayern and Barcelona. Drew to Frankfurt and AEK, and then won 4 games. Couple of difficult ones in there. I beat Juve 7-0. They caused you trouble at the start of this.
They did. They were my bogey side the first couple of seasons.
7-0. Unbelievable.
They beat me in the Champions League final, didn't they?
Yeah, so...
semi-final, was it?
That actually meant that I didn't finish in that top 8. So I've gone into the knockout playoff round here. Beaten Barcelona 4-0 in the second leg, which meant I beat them 4-3 on aggregate. So I've knocked out a big boy there. But that's when I came to a close with a 3-1 loss to Inter Milan, while you were beating Frankfurt on penalties. Quarter-final, you beat Liverpool 3-2, which means you're in the semi-final Well, you lost to Roma. Dear, oh dear. That's a bad one.
I fancy that one,
Yeah. And then you're against Spurs in the final.
Spurs are a fancy winning that.
Yeah, I mean, where were they? In the fourth. They were fourth. So West Ham were fifth. Spurs were fourth. So, yeah, it would have been a Manchester City versus Spurs final. Unfortunately, not. You have definitely won this. We'll have a look at the points in a second. But 64 goals for Erling Haaland there.
He come good.
Yeah,
he come good at the end.
Eventually. I mean, if we're looking at...
I managed to keep him fit for the whole season, look.
Yeah, but if you look at the previous seasons, never scored under 20. Of course, this was the season where he did his creep or whatever it was. He was out for quite a while.
He just started creeping up again then.
Yeah, and then he's, played 38 games last season, got 36. This season, got 40 goals in 37 appearances. So you finally got him firing. Remember, save game file can be available for patreonmembers.com/MegaLukeGaming or the YouTube channel members. And maybe you want to try out Dad's tactics.
It would be very interesting if someone took over my team with the same rule that you cannot sign a player. Just see how long you can keep going.
Yeah, because you've got a decent side.
I still got a decent side, but they're getting old now.
Yeah.
There's a few players in there that are getting really old
The Youth Academy is not exactly amazing.
I looked at it a few times.
A couple of players coming in, but
there's just no one there. I felt I could have brought through in, should have tried.
Yeah, you might struggle there. Levi Blackhouse McDermott.
If you do have a go, though, let us know just to see how you do go.
I do wonder about some of these. I always think at Football Manager, when they put in for these names in the future for regens and stuff, what are they thinking sometimes? Because honestly, some of the name, I mean, a 17-year-old called Paul is just not going to be a thing in this day and age, is it? I don't think so. Nobody's going to call their son Paul unless it's their dad's, the actual dad's name. But so, I mean, this isn't as bad. There has been some where I'm like, why would you call your kid that at this age? It's just scary. I mean, we'll have a look at mine. Maybe there's a funny one in mine. But squad-wise for me, I went for a gamble at the end there. Didn't quite pay off. But Sesko and Esposito got a good amount of goals. McTominay got 20 as well. Chido-Obi scored 18, so I'm happy with that. Bruno Fernandes got 14 and 14. Ahmad's done all right. Dorgu only played 15 games. Oh, that's my problem.
Yep.
I had no backup left wing back, so that's definitely caused me some problems there. He torn his ACL. Torn his ACL in November.
There you go.
Damn. Out for 6 months, which is the full season. There we go. I was without a left wing back for the rest of the season, but I couldn't sell anybody. I couldn't bring in another one.
I think that done me a big favour the last season because I thought you would get better as I would start getting not as good because obviously my players start getting older. But as it happened, my team seemed to get better. Yeah,
I peaked season 2 and 3 by the looks of it. I struggled to get rid of anybody. Let's have a look at my under-18s because some of these names, I mean, Stanley's quite a popular name, I guess. This one isn't actually as bad. There's been some times where I've gone through this and I thought, who is calling their son that? Who is calling their son Javid?
Yeah.
Javid Lancashire. I mean, that's not a real name, but still. Nigel? A 16-year-old called Nigel?
I don't think so.
Wouldn't see it.
No.
Would not see it. There's some old school English names on here that somehow gets chucked out still that I'm a little bit like, we'd never see that anymore.
There's one there as well, Nicky as well.
Yeah, maybe not. Let's have a look at the point system then in this final season. Season 5 points, Omega Luke with 0, Dad with 11, meaning the total points after 5 years is Luke with 17. Dad with 28. Well, there we have it, 28 to 17. Beaten by 11 points in the end, which
good little twist.
Bit flattering, I think. Final season.
I think it is.
Didn't help me at all.
When it was 17 each.
Yeah, 13-13 and 17-17 going into the final 2 years.
Yeah, I thought that I really thought I was in danger of losing this challenge then.
Yeah.
But, I would have thought after 2 or 3 seasons I might have had a good a gap between us, which I could have done if I'd won the Champions Leagues. But well done. I think you done well really. That's last season where you couldn't sell anybody. But then you did call that.
Yeah.
You did say it as it went on, you would struggle to sell more players.
Yeah.
I didn't think of that side of it, but yeah.
Not bringing in enough to sell them, that was the trouble. But there we go. Hope you enjoyed the little twist that we have added. Let us know if you want to see any more little twists. You've got ideas, put them down in the comments section. We're up for doing them. Of course, we've done sort of ones where it's like that. The underdog versus some other sort of twist. Let us know down in the comments section. And of course, we've got a 10-year one coming out very soon, so make sure you are subscribed. And if you're looking for something else to watch, here's another 10-year one where we did Southampton versus Portsmouth. That South Coast derby, and what a banger that was.
Yeah.